So my shop has a large flower sun sculpture thing above the garage door for my shop, where I build hot rods and classic cars and cool stuff like that. It doesn't really fit the aesthetic, so let's go ahead and fix that. Last summer I built a car couch out of a 55 Ford, and when I bought it, the back of the car was already cut off and it came with a beautiful trunk lid, but I couldn't use the trunk lid for the car couch. So I think I got a plan. This is the trunk lid I'm going to use. It looks like it came off 1955 Ford Fairlane. All the emblems and stuff have been stripped off. I'm going to go ahead and find them on eBay. I've searched locally. I can't find any of this stuff. But we had a Fairlane script here, the Ford-O-Matic, because apparently this was an automatic transmission car, the center emblem, and the lock. I'm going to just make a plate for this. But let me show you what we're going to do with this. Alright, so here's my plan. We got the wall, garage doors like right here. This is above the garage door. I'm going to hang the trunk lid like this, and the light that I got over there, you saw it laying on the ground, it's going to come out like this. Alright, and we'll have trunk lid emblems and stuff. I'm going to be using all scrap metal for this project, so I don't know how I'm going to hook this to the wall yet. There's studs back here, but probably utilize some unistrut somehow, and like a bolt or something. Not really sure. I'm going to try not to drill any holes in this sheet metal because it looks good. However, like I might do kind of like this, hang the light on top or something. I might do something like this with some holes. All right, sheet metal or something. You get the idea. I want to hang the trunk lid up so it's in the position that it will be up above the door. I'm going to go ahead and hang it on this pole. I'm going to remove this sign real quick and put a nail, hang it. Alright, so I'm mostly making this up as I go. I don't really have a good plan other than a general idea. I'm using this light fixture. This actually came off of Logan's Roadhouse restaurant, apparently. That's what the guy said that bought it. The mounting plate for this light is just held on by this poorly welded plate here. Now, I don't want to mount it flat to it because it's going to be at an angle, like up. I need it like that. So I think I'm going to cut that weld off, angle the plate, and we should be able to just bolt it straight through this this trunk lid. I know I just said that I don't want to drill any holes in the trunk lid if I don't have to, but whatever. Alright, I'm gonna measure across, find center, and I'm gonna tape the base plate up there, then hold the light up there and like maybe tack it to the plate. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I got my light here. I'm gonna go ahead and grind this at an angle so that it'll match up with the angle on the trunk lid. Then I'm gonna try to hold it up there and give it a little tack. Before I try to weld this, why don't I act like I've built something before ever, and instead of taping this up there, just run a self-tapping screw through it. That makes a lot more sense. All right, so this is the plan. This is gonna go like right here. All right, see that? I'm gonna go ahead and just freehand some notches to fit around this, and this angle is some kind of really steep angle. I might put a plate down at the bottom of this to bolt to this. Actually, that is what I'm gonna do, a round plate that'll bolt to this. And then right here in the middle, we'll put a few tabs and put a piece of sheet metal with some dimple die holes in it. Maybe two pieces, one on each side, I don't know. Just gonna go ahead and freehand a mark here. Got this down bar. I would have loved for this to be like a curved bar, but there's not a lot of space here, and I don't have a good way to curve a bar anyways. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and tack this in place to this right here, and then make a place for some bolts to go through right here on the bottom of this tube. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I nailed this angle right out the gate. I don't even know how I did that, but gonna go ahead and get it centered up ish. None of this has to be perfect. Obviously, this is like an art type of project. You'll often hear me say that things don't have to be perfect or whatever, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you shouldn't put as much effort as you reasonably can into something like this. I have to take a file to it. Looks a little bit better. Looks nice. Oh, it's dark. Looks a little bit better than it did for sure. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there, I think. It's pretty close. None of this is perfect because this light's like tweaked like that, and obviously it's on an old rusted trunk lid. It's all rotted out on the bottom, so whatever. It's as long as it's pretty close. Alright, so for the sheet metal inserts going in right here, triangle, I'm going to whip up a few tabs, maybe 4 tabs. I'm going to use a scrap piece of 16th inch or whatever this is, a little bit thick, so I can mount some thinner sheet metal to it. Alright, so I got my 3 tabs welded on. I kind of ground down the welds a little bit. They're strong. I'm going to take this piece of 16 gauge. This is just what I have. I'm going to kind of, instead of making a template, I'm just going to trace it out. It's going to be a triangle, maybe 2 or 3 holes. I don't think I'm gonna dimple die these because you're only going to see the dimple die correctly from one side, and it's not going to look that good. So I'm just going to put some regular big holes in them. Sheet metal insert will go in there. On one side you're going to see the tabs, but yeah, it'll be all right. Now I want to lay out some holes. All right, so I cleaned up all the edges on my sheet metal here, and I'm gonna lay out some holes on this. I 3D printed this little hole template thing. There's no measurements on or anything. It's just to get a general idea. I'm thinking 3 different sizes of the hole, like maybe a big, small, and smaller kind of thing. Where's my biggest hole? Something like that. No. Maybe. All right, here we go. I think that looks all right. It's gonna be okay. Now I'll just pop a few holes in it to bolt it to our tabs. Then we'll put this whole rig back on the trunk lid and see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks wicked cool. I'm really happy with that. It's not very often that I surprise myself. Man, I am dirty and cold. Look at me, I'm red as can be. It's not very often that I do something, and honestly, I wasn't sure working on the bench, but I am now. It looks great. I think that's awesome. It's gonna look really good hanging up above the garage door. Before I move on, I don't know if it's obvious, but this is just for decoration. I don't need the light outside. I have two bright spotlights out there that light up the whole front yard all night long. This is just to look cool because I think this light looks cool, and I think this trunk lid has a killer patina, and I think it'd look a lot better than that flower thing that's above my door. All right, so it's a few nights later, and it's really, really cold now. But I'm going to try to make a few minutes of progress on this thing. I'm going to pop some holes to actually mount this to the trunk lid. Right now it's just held up by one self-tapping screw. And figure out what we're going to do on the back side to actually mount this above the garage door. Maybe make some brackets or something. Alright, I'm gonna bolt up the light to the trunk lid. I found a random assortment of like bolts with wing nuts, and I found this U-shaped thing. I'm gonna kind of make all this work. All right, so it's been a few days since last time I worked on the light for above the garage door. I'm still waiting on some of the emblems to come in. We just had like one of the biggest snowstorms in several decades to hit North Carolina. My truck is stuck in the driveway. We can't leave. I want to work on the way I'm going to mount this to the wall, but I also don't want to be on a ladder out in the snow. It's kind of melting off the driveway a little bit, but it's still really slippery out here. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and work on the wiring I need, because this light is going to have the regular light bulb and it's going to have some LEDs, and there's going to be plug-in. You just plug them in to an outlet, and so I got to add an outlet. All right, I'm gonna show you what we're working with here. It's a little bit dark over here because I shut the breaker off. The breaker has the garage doors, this light that's above me, and these two outdoor lights. Let's see if we can see it. That light and that light are on the breaker. All right, look, I'm not an electrician. I want to put that out there, so don't do what I do. Consult a real electrician. But I'm just putting a box up there with an outlet, okay? I'm going to use a metal box and I'm put a GFCI outlet in it. I'm not going to show you how to wire it up. There's a bazillion videos on YouTube how to wire up an outlet, but I'm putting an outlet up there, all right? All right, so I got the outlet all wired up as in the dark because the light is on the same breaker, so it was off. This is the center 2x4, center with the door. So this is where the center of our trunk lid light thing is going to be. I can actually see the bolt from that flower decoration thing where it comes through. So we got a reference hole. We just need to go over, I don't know, like an inch and a quarter to mount our piece of metal that the trunk lid is going to mount to. It all makes sense whenever we're putting it up there. Right now, what I got to do, well, probably be tomorrow because it's late. I will go ahead and fabricate the pieces that go on the back side of the trunk lid to mount to the piece of channel that's going to mount on the other side of this. It's hard to explain with words. You know, you'll see what I do. I'm going to hang it on the wall, all right? And I'm going to have the cords come through the wall right about here somewhere and plug into this. So, yeah. We're almost done with this. And I'm waiting for the emblems to still come in. One of them was supposed to be here already, but the snowstorm has hindered that. On to the next thing. All right, so I'm back out here, and now I got to come up with a way to mount this thing on the wall. I'm gonna go ahead and montage through it because I've been working on a decoration for 3 weeks now. So buckle up. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Alright, all done with my brackets. As you can see, they actually came out pretty good considering I threw it all together, but I put some threaded inserts into the sheet metal, bolted this bracket I made. This will screw to the wall with some lag bolts, and that is bolt in with one bolt. I did it this way. My thought is I can shim it with washers up and down if I need to. All the holes are nice and big so everything can wobble around. So yeah, that's done. That's good. Let's go ahead and do some wiring. All right, so there's going to be 3 lights on this thing. The main light in the center, which is kind of like the whole point of this, and it's just got a regular little base thing with 2 wires on it. I'm going to run the cord through. I went through my cord box that everybody should have. You should have a cord box with spare cords. Found this heavy duty cord. It looks like it belonged to, I don't know, some kind of appliance or something. I'm going to clean up these wires and butt splice them. It'll be fine that way. Throw some heat shrink on it. Once it's installed though, it's on there for good because the wires won't be able to disconnect and they won't be able to slide out the other way. You'll see what I'm talking about. The other two lights is going to have LED backlighting, and the emblem is going to light up in the center with a little 194 LED bulb. All right, I got the whole thing flipped on its side so I can easily get to it. It was a little bit tricky to fish this wire through, but I got these ratchet crimpers. I love these things. You just squeeze down. They don't let go until you're all... They don't let go until you're all the way crimped down. And then I drop it. God dang it. Remember to put your heat shrink on first. I really like these strippers too. So you may be wondering why I haven't did a whole lot of car work on the channel yet. Specifically the Mustang Mach-1 that's right behind the camera right now. I know everybody wants to see me work on this car and get this car going. The thing is, the Mach-1 is a special car to me. I've had this car my whole life, basically. And therefore, the videos of us working on this car are going to be special videos. A lot of money is going to go into this car, which kind of goes against what my channel is supposed to be all about anyways, but I can't just, it's not just a random build for me. Not to mention when I start working on that car, I'm probably going to want to stay hooked up on it for a while and like get a bunch done on it. So, and I have a lot of other things that I have to do. There's an engine over here for my daughter's car that has to go in too. The very next video on this channel, we're going to work on the Mach-1 and we're going to talk about it, the goals and what I'm doing here. All right. So don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. I can screw it back up into place. I gotta find, there's like a little bracket or something that holds it. Alright, next lights we're gonna tackle are the LED backlights. It's gonna like shine on the wall behind it. I got it in my head. It's gonna look good. I went on Amazon, bought some of these, an LED strip. This is like an outdoor one, and I'm pretty sure the only difference is it's got like a gel coating on it. If you can focus on it, probably not. It's got a gel coating. It's got a remote. It can be all the colors and flash or whatever. I'm gonna try to make it stick to this, but this is rusty metal, so we'll see how well it sticks. I'm gonna be honest, I would not be surprised at all if those LED strips fall off of this trunk lid out there in the weather, but we'll try it. Next I gotta figure out this emblem light that I for some reason decided to do at the very end of planning this project. Alright, so we got two more things before we can hang it up. This emblem right here that's missing, it'll be here in a couple days. I'll finish out the video whenever that comes in, but we're going to prep for it right now. This is like a chrome bezel, and it's supposed to have like a colored insert, plastic insert. That insert costs like 60 bucks to get brand new, and they're also very expensive used. I don't get it, but we're not going to put that in there. What we are going to do is cut this out and maybe make a custom one. I gotta cut a hole right here to make the light come through. Also, we gotta make a fake lock cover thing. This is where the lock would be to unlock the trunk. I'm gonna make something out of maybe aluminum, maybe, to go right here. Also, I got this little teeny tiny LED bulb that's going to go behind that emblem, and we got to wire this up. I am going to splice it into the power supply from the LEDs because it's 12 volts, and that's what this needs because it's an automotive LED. And I'll stick it in the back somehow, some way. I'll figure that out. It doesn't have to be directly behind that emblem, as long as the light reaches it to light it up. All right, so we're looking at the back now. That lock hole, I remembered, I looked through my scrap and I had some like 28 gauge sheet metal for like HVAC stuff. I slid a piece of sheet metal in between this outer skin, the inner structure and the outer skin, and just held it in place with a self-tapper to cover up that hole. That's good enough. Now, the emblem light, I went ahead and took another piece of that sheet metal and stuck it in this. That's how it's supposed to be, like from the factory kind of thing. It like clips through a hole. And I'm just gonna self-tapper it in place right there, run the wires up to connect with these other wires, and it's done. Oh, and where is it? I made there's a few holes right here for the old latch assembly, and there's a rust hole. I'm gonna just screw a plate right there so the light doesn't leak through from that and shine down below. That wouldn't look right. I'm gonna go ahead and put the piece of metal up there, the bracket that all is gonna go onto. I'm gonna use these structural lag bolts here, 3 of them. That are gonna go directly into studs. All right, so I got my bracket up there. It's just that I can't point to it right there. Got it bolted up. The 3 lag screws are into studs. It's level, it's good. It's freezing cold out here, and I need to get my bigger ladder before I go trying to carry that trunk lid up there and hang it. Got to drill a hole for the wires to go through, and then we're done. It's gonna be cool. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, we'll get out here in the morning when it's slightly warmer in the daylight and do all that and get it going. So that's it. It took me like 3 weeks to hang a trunk lid above my garage door with a light on it. But as you saw, I got the emblem lighting up. I just got the emblem bezel and some plastic packaging and colored it with a marker to look like the emblem. It lights up. Looks good enough. It looks pretty cool. I think shop projects like this are pretty important because you want your shop to be a place that you want to be in, and a place that makes you be creative, you know, and motivated. But I don't know. I'm really happy with how that just turned out. And so yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe if you like that. And if you like old cars, Mach 1's coming up next. We're gonna be working on the engine bay of this car. So yeah, that's it. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time on the shop next door.